Hello ladies and gents, welcome back once again to a rather special edition of Cushmic Sounds. And look, this time around, you'll notice a few signatures on the guitar, but we'll get to that in a sec. This time around we've got a 2011 Gibson USA Les Paul Traditional in stunning ebony finish. And it's in almost mint condition. It is absolutely gorgeous, this guitar, with the beautiful, I mean, look at all this chrome. The Bigsby on it. It kind of looks like a 50s hot rod in a way. This guitar has remained almost unplayed throughout its life. The frets are in absolutely perfect condition. It's almost as new, in fact. Just some light swirl marks, I don't know, from maybe moving around the case, I don't know. Light polishing over its time. But look, let's get to it, shall we? There's a bit of info to get through this one. If you want to just hear it, just fast forward through the video, but let's talk about it. This guitar has been signed by the great man Neil Young and the members of his band Crazy Horse, who embarked on a tour of Australia back in 2013, and this guitar was signed backstage at their Rod Laver Arena gig. Look, the reason for this this guitar being signed is back in 2010. What's the date of it? Back in on the 23rd of February 2010, I'm reading my cheat sheet here to try and remember because there's so much info to get through. Roughly 20,000 protesters. They marched on Victorian Parliament House. Basically, there was just crippling laws at the time that were affecting the Australia's live music scene. So the organisation that organised organised the guitar to be signed, is called SLAM. And what that stands for is Save Live Australia's Music. So they do have a Facebook page, so you can check that out. SLAM, Save Live Australia's Music. And look, this was to benefit the live music industry, really. So this guitar was auctioned, and the current owner, it was I believe it was an eBay auction, and the current owner won the bid, won this guitar. And look, fantastic guitar to have. And the current owner is actually not a guitar player. So this guitar, hence why it's remained unplayed. Now, in terms of the Bigsby or the aesthetic, this guitar kind of looks a little bit like Neil Young's Old Black. It's not really, but it's just a tribute or a tip of the hat to the great man's guitar. Now, in terms of this guitar and this Bigsby being original, I've done a bit of research on these, and back when I used to work in music retail, Gibson did issue factory installed Bigsbys on these guitars. I only ever saw them in black with the Bigsby. The only thing that I don't think is 100% original on this guitar is the actual bridge. So this is a Schala roller bridge, so it's a German-made roller bridge. These guitars would have had a Nashville-style bridge with the Bigsby. But look, you know, if you're on YouTube now, if you want to send me a message, correct me if I'm wrong. But apart from that, the guitar is all original. You've got 57 classic pickups, so 57 classic in the neck, 57 classic plus in the bridge, a little bit more crunch. So it's sort of a smooth and a creamy sort of tone you get out of this guitar. So Gibson logo, CTS 500K CTS pots, and all original caps and mooring, three-way switchcraft switch. And look, there's all the, I mean, you've got also a weight relieved. These ones, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say this is I've probably written it down in the listing, but this is a two-piece weight relieved mahogany body. And generally what they did, there was in these traditional models, they had the Swiss cheese holes. I think it was 9 holes that they would use in the top here, just to take a little bit of that that weight out of the guitar. So acoustically, she's pretty resonant acoustically. You've got a one-piece mahogany neck. It's like a 50s, like a late 50s, maybe bordering on 60s, like rounded C-shaped neck. Two-piece maple cap, rosewood fretboard, 22 frets. Really nice acrylic trapezoid inlays on these. I thought they might have been pearl, but no, they're not. They're an acrylic inlay, which is in line with the 50s. Yeah, it's just a really nice. And also the tuners on this one as well. You've got, they're a Tone Pros brand. They're a Tone Pros Clusen Deluxe. So they're not a Clusen brand, they are Tone Pros. Great tuners, and aesthetically pleasing cream buttons on this one as well. I like these. It's a really good look, really good aesthetic 50s look. Now, before I play, let's sort of talk about these signatures. So this guitar, I've got the paperwork. Where did I put the paperwork? Here it is. So here is this is a letter from Frontier Touring, signed by Gerard. I cannot pronounce his last name, but you'll see it in the photos, so give it a go. So this guitar, so I'll read it out for you. So this letter of authenticity accompanies this Gibson Les Paul guitar with Bigsby serial number 119910410425, including Gibson hard case and blue woven guitar strap. Yes, there's a blue Gibson guitar strap in the case as well. So this guitar was signed by Neil Young, Billy Talbot, Ralph Molina, and Frank Poncho San Pedro backstage at Rod Laver Arena. I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, but I'm not doing very well, am I? So signed by those gentlemen, the members of Crazy Horse at Rod Laver Arena during the Melbourne gig. It was during Neil's psychedelic pill tour on March 15th, 2013. So that's a letter, and it's signed as well. So there's also some literature here from the original eBay listing as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the price here. There is a price tag on the headstock of the guitar. So the RRP at the time, brand new, was $3,999 in Australian dollars. I think, on the second-hand market, these guitars, you know what they all fetch. The signatures kind of do add to the value, as well as the certificate of authenticity as well. So this certificate of authenticity, so by the Manuscript Society, issued by Angel Framing, this states that Neil's signature is I've got it the right way, haven't I? Is 100% original, and there's also a nice photo with Neil and Old Black here, and I've lined this signature up with the signature on the body here, and it's almost exactly the same as. Instead, Neil Young has actually written 2013 underneath his signature here. So all the other signatures as well, so they check out. Now, I'll read this certificate for you. So it is hereby unconditionally guaranteed that the signature of Neil Young, right here, which accompanies this document, which is this, is signed and written entirely in the said person's own handwriting with a lifetime guarantee, certificate of authenticity. So you'll see it in my listing, but there it is there. Very, very cool to have all this. I don't really, personally, I try to steer clear of signature guitars or like I'm not a memorabilia store. I sell high-end vintage instruments, but the owner is actually, I do know the owner is actually a friend of mine, and I'm sort of, I guess, let's say, doing a favour in a way. I thought I'd give it a go. Let's just test the water and see how we go. So with all this paperwork, the signatures, it does add to the value and the collectability of this guitar. This is the only one in the world like this for sale right now with all these signatures on them. And the owner has also found a really cool photo from the boys from their, I believe this was from the Rod Laver gig, that photo there, which is really cool. And also this is a copy of the tour poster as well from 2013. And now, I love, I'm all about sort of, I love how stars align and things are meant to be, and laws of attraction and stuff like that. So when I took on this guitar, when I agreed to take on the consignment, we signed all the paperwork, I had to ship a couple of pedals out. So I was down my local post office, and I thought I'd go into the newsagent and have a look around and just see what was around. And lo and behold, that was staring at me in the face. So I thought, well, why not? I'll buy it and I'll include it in the listing just because. It's just really cool. So I'm going to include that with the listing as well as all this paraphernalia and documentation here. So you'll get it. You'll get it. So if you want to put this in a glass case, hang it up and just admire it, go for it. If you want to grab it and play it, man, do it. And that's what I'm going to do now. I think this is the longest I've ever spoken on a guitar video. So let's just play a little bit and hear how she sounds. Make sure everything's working. Right, let's go to let's try this. Let's try the bridge pickup first. Yeah, it's just an honest working man's Les Paul. Funny that. Well, let's go to the two pickups together. I'm sort of rushing through this one, but I don't want the video to go for too long. Otherwise, it's just too hard to upload. Let's go to the neck pickup. Everything's on 10, by the way. Right, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave that there. But look, as I said, I've been reluctant to take on guitars with signatures just because it's not what I really do. But having all the paperwork here, and I've done a fair few hours of research and reading up. I haven't had to do a lot of market research because I know what this is. I know what the guitar is. I'm familiar with it. But in terms of like the signatures and the certificate of authenticities, the provenance, things like that, and even reading up about the rally as well in Melbourne. So I've had to do a lot of reading up about it. So in my listing as well, you'll find a link to the to Wikipedia, which actually explains about the rally, and a lot of high-profile musos went there, as well as a lot of the general public and working musos. And they had the decision overturned, the laws overturned, which is really cool. And yeah, onwards and upwards, the Australian music industry. We need our gigs, we need our venues, and it's great when these things come along and everyone bands together. Hey, anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gents. So once again, look, happy guitar hunting, and whoever gets this, you're going to enjoy it. And look, yeah, do whatever you want with it. You want to play it, go for it. You want to hang it up, go for it. So I will see you, ladies and gents, very soon with another gem. So take it easy.